Good morning, voting banner fans. Here we are, chapter 12. Okay, this morning we're going to do our tracing and cutting out, and then we'll start sewing. And so we'll have hopefully this all together. What I did do before you all got here was I did the piping and the boxing. The only reason I did it without you here was it's so long, 103 inches. It's hard to believe boxing on that little seat was that long, but it's 103 inches with the extra I needed. So I did 103 inches, and I did it about 5.5 inches wide. That was a little bit bigger than the sample we took off the seat, but that will give us some extra to cut. And so therefore also I needed to do the 1¼ inch by 103 inches for the piping that's going to go around there. So I had to cut that off. My table's not that long, it falls off and all that. So anyway, I figured I'd get those two done. And pretty straightforward and really not that much to learn. One thing I did forget to go over was I kind of briefly mentioned the vinyl that we're using, and to be more specific, again, I got this from Rocheford Supply, Minneapolis. The product is called Nogalex or something like that, Grand Cayman. That's this series of vinyls. The one we are using is this one here. I don't know if you can see all of that, but it's the code number is 7630-03. I guess the 03 is the important one. The 7630 is this group of them. Marine grade vinyl. It says on the back here it's 54 inches wide. It's 30 ounce per linear yard is the weight of the vinyl, which is a very good one. I like to kind of have that as my cutoff. I really don't like to go below 30. Cold cracks supposedly stable from -20 degrees Fahrenheit. They do an abrasion test, which I don't understand. It comes cycles. They have some stainless steel wire screen 60,000 times. I guess they put over it, and duck cotton 400,000 times. What all that means. Passes a mildew deal. 650 hours of outdoor exposure to UV rays. And it has a flame retardant rating that it passes. So anyway, in case you're interested and you like this vinyl, then that's where you want to go. I said I paid about $16. Okay, let's start working here. Hold on, let me move the camera around a little bit. Okay, here we are. Now this is the center. This is the center plate we talked about. It has these lines here. So what I'm doing now, I'm putting it to the quarter. This is where I cut out the boxing and the piping strip. Well, you like to get them all in one. I mean, you can do it and sew them together with partials, but if you can get it all so you only have one seam, that's really the way to go. And I say I have enough vinyl here to do that. So what we're going to do here is, as I mentioned, I want to leave some extra on both ends of this for when I do these the seams down here that's going to shrink on us. I say about 1/4 inch or a little bit less maybe on each pass. So we're going to need some extra so that we end up at this level, and then we'll just cut off. I've set my deal in Captain Larry's scriber here at about 1/2 inch. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to just leave a couple of inches there. I'll move this thing down so we don't have to worry about that. And then this is what you do. Again, this will be the seam. This is where we're going to sew. And this one here will be where we'll cut, so we can put it up against the edge. And you just follow these right down. On both sides. Now you get a little bit of a wavy because of this when you're going down there, but obviously when you cut it, you want to cut straight because it is a, I did measure this. One thing you also need to do, let me show you. Make sure if it looks square, make sure it is square. This one perfectly square. Sometimes on seats they curve a little bit. You got to follow that curve, but this one is definitely a square. Okay, so we have that down. Now I can take this off. I got some new shares too, even better. That there, so I'm just going to go out here. See, give myself an inch or two on that. And then I say it waves a little bit, but you want to cut straight. So right over the line. If it wiggles a little bit, don't worry about it. Just ignore it. Here we go. We're all square. Now that will be our piece with the centerpiece. Now we'll do the other two plates. This one we don't have to worry about that extra because we want to go right up. Kind of try to center it so that your half inch will work. Yeah. Okay. That piece. Now let's move down, go like this. You always should be looking to how can I maximize my vinyl. Again, remember you do the back side of your vinyl and you're upside down here on this one so that they come out the same. Remember now, these are the seams out here, so they'll be on the inside of your project. You won't see them, so you don't have to be overly fussy. But you do want good lines, so when you're sewing you can match them up. You know that they will be good. Okay, here we go. Okay, now let's see. Why don't we do the piping for you while we're doing this. I have two small piping things I need to do for this. Why don't we do these right over here? Take it back a little bit. There we go. Okay, we'll measure the piping here at 14 inches, so they should be the same. So let's do two 14s. Should be 28. And these are, remember these, you said before, you want to do 1.25 inches on these for width. Let's go with 30. That sounds good. We'll have a little extra overlap. Okay, so we'll start right here. Run it right up the line there. Okay, so there you go. And that's a piping strip for two plates. Okay, we'll save that for tomorrow. And we'll just add this piping core to it, and we'll be ready to go. So tomorrow we got everything cut out now, so now tomorrow we sew. So I will see you first thing in the morning, and we'll sew this thing and put it all together. You have a great night.